Hello everyone, and welcome to week 4 of building a clone base on Ryloth. Here is the progress we've made so far on our clone base, which is based on Ryloth. If you want to see how we did it, and more specifically what's inside, you can check it out in weeks 1, 2, and 3 videos, which will be linked in the cards and the description below. What we're going to be working on this week is we're going to be building the elevator shaft. We're also going to be building some ATRTs and setting up the inside for where they'll park, which will be down behind this wall right here. We're also going to be building some Blurrgs to put our Twi'leks on, which will be riding along the road. Let's see what we've done. First, what we started working on is the elevator shaft, as you can see right here. Originally, we had the elevator a stud longer so that it would press right up against the sides, but that didn't work very well because it caused lots of friction when it went down and it would get stuck quite often. So we made it one stud smaller so that it works better. As you can see along the side, we've added these 2x4 stickered tiles, which look really cool and just add a nice effect over here. And this control panel we added as well. These tubes, what it would be is when one of your starfighters land, such as Anakin's Jedi starfighter here, one of the people will come and fuel up the starfighter. We think this turned out quite nice, adding a bit of detail to the side. Now that we've taken the roof off, you can see inside the elevator shaft, so the elevator is able to move through the levels. Now that we've gotten a bit closer, you can see the simple winch mechanism we've used. How it works is you spin it up and down, and we've got a brick to hold it in place when you're not spinning it, and you spin it all the way down so the elevator can go down or up when you want the elevator to go up. It's very simple, but it works quite well. We also use a 1x2 brick, as you can see here, so that once we've lowered it to the specific position we want it to be in, we can just stick the brick on the side right there, and it holds the winch mechanism in place so that it doesn't move down anymore and the elevator doesn't fall. Okay, so we were also planning to build some sort of box around this mechanism, as well as put a turret on top of the elevator. We then built the ATRTs for our mock. We got the instructions for this ATRT from Eurobricks by a person named Kit Brickstow. We think this is a really good design as it has very posable legs so that it can fold down and go how it's supposed to, how you see it in the actual episodes. We built these ATRTs in a Ryloth color with maroon red on the front and building the rest of it in dark and light gray. If you want to build these specific ATRTs, we will have Kit Brickstow's design linked in the description where you can go check it out. It has the instructions there as well as a Bricklink part list, which is really cool. We have built 3 of these very cool ATRTs and have set them up in the side of the base where they can park. We use some white tiles to mark out their parking spots, and they are in the side so they can go out the door quickly if they ever need to go on a mission. We've also used a stretcher and got a medic over here where they'll be working on people who get injured in battle or stuff like that. So this will be like the tiny area for the medic as well. Okay, so now what we've done is we've built up this area up here with the winch. As you can see, we changed out the pieces here from those other pieces to these brick pieces now. So now it goes up. Here, I'll winch it up for you. And it works quite well. See, the elevator goes up. And what we're gonna do is we've got these bricks around and we'll build it up so that it's flat on top. And then on top of it, we've built this turret. See this turret here? And it'll go right on top. And it has this spinny thing, so it'll spin around, as well as it'll be able to move up and down, which will be really cool. And this turret will be controlled in the command center, which we built earlier, and will help protect the base. Okay, so now what I've done is I've built up the top of this elevator. I've put the black circular piece in, which is what the turret will rotate around. See, this goes on here, and the turret will be on top of that. I also tiled it off so that it'll be able to rotate freely, and I put these pieces on the side because it just adds a cool little bit of detail. Also, over here, when I built it up, you can see I have this pin, so whenever I want to move the elevator down, see, I move it down, and then I just stick in the pin, which will hold it in place so that it doesn't fall, so that it will stay in place either at the second or third or first level. And here is the turret. It can rotate freely all the way around and go forward and up and down. And now the base will be safe from invading airplanes and other things like that. So I think that will look really good. So now what we've done is we've built some Blurrgs for our Twi'lek people. We've got one here with the Alia Secura head Twi'lek, who's giving something to Obi-Wan, and one out here with the Hera Syndulla Twi'lek. So this Blurrg is based off of one we saw in Eurobricks, which is by someone called Vassal. We'll have it linked in the description where you can see the pictures of it. We built it based off his, but we did change it quite a bit because his are based off the ones from The Mandalorian, and ours are supposed to be based off the ones from the Clone Wars. As you can see here, we've kind of mixed up the colors a bit. We've gone with dark gray, light gray, and then we've also added some dark tan and some green bits because we wanted to make it look like it's kind of like ragtag, like because the rebels are not well supplied or nourished or anything like that, and they're having a hard time beating the Separatists until the Republics now come and helping them. So how they ride this creature is, well, it's one brick thick, as you can see, and then we have a jumper plate at the bottom, which we put this brick in, as you can see, right here, and then it goes right through, and it's supposed to look like, with her here, with standing right in the middle of the Blurrg, it's supposed to look like she has a leg on both sides, which we think looks quite good. Most of the Blurrg models are actually quite oversized, so we really liked this model for how it is. We also, it also has, see, the ropes so that she can control it and tell it where to go. If you want to see a tutorial on how to build this Blurrg, please let us know in the comments below, and if enough people comment and say they want to see it, we'll make one. Okay, also, if you want to have it without the person in, you can just put a 1x2 brick right inside and a tile on top of it with a jumper plate on top of the 1x2 brick, as you can see here, and that works quite well. We think these turned out really nice, and we just really like the look. We also used over here these, we used one of the brackets, which was a 1-stud bracket, just to hold the Blurrg in this running pose. So now what we've done is we've built these doors, as you can see right here. We tried to do some interesting designs, and what you do is you just slide them in there, like so, and cover up the gaps because we don't want there to be a really big gap when the elevator is at a different level, because we think it looks kind of weird, so we thought we'd build these doors. We used lots of interesting pieces, as you can see here. We used these Nexonite shield pieces from the Cara Dune AT-ST Raider set, as well as a bunch of these pieces, which we got from a Pick-a-Brick cup, which are super useful and kind of cool, especially because they fit the color of our, or the main theme of colors of our build. We have the elevator up here. It is a bit tilted though, just because of how much it is wound up, but it looks okay, so we'll leave it as that. And then when we put the other layers on, it will look even better with these being seen, and you'll have just these parts, which will look really cool. We decided not to make doors for the cafeteria and command room because people are walking through the doors right now, but we did make one for the sleeping area, as you can see over here. We made this door and added an interesting design using tiles. We used some of those circular maroon tiles, as well as some grill pieces and a 2x2 light gray tile. We think that turned out quite good, and it just slides in there just to fill up the door. We also used some jumper plates so it would fit better and would fit inside of the door. So now what we've done is we've built some crates. We've built this crate, which a clone is pushing up to the elevator, which will be right here. We've also built this crate. We built two of this kind of crate. one of them, which you can see right here in the bottom level right there. So that was all the progress we made this week in building a clone base on Ryloth. We did lots of different things, as you saw. If you want to see the designs for the Blurrgs or the ATRTs, well, the ATRTs are in the link description, and our inspiration for the Blurrgs are in the link description. But if you want us to make instructions for the Blurrgs and do a video on it, let us know in the comments below. Also, we will be doing next week a finale video where we walk you through the whole model, and we will show you all the different little details we have added to this mock. So if you think this looks cool, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you can see that. Thank you for watching this video, and we hope to see you next time on Sanders 3 Lego. Bye!